Hi, I'm Becky, my channel's What Beck Sews. Welcome back if you're a subscriber and welcome if you're new. Today is Sunday and for you I have something slightly different. So I'm going to talk to you about 5 t-shirt patterns that I recommend. As I was getting dressed this morning, putting my ready to wear boxy tee on, just to comfy around the house kind of malarkey, I thought it would be a really nice idea to share with you guys some of the t-shirt patterns that I love and that I tried and tested. And yeah, just something, it's that weather, isn't it, where we tend to throw on t-shirts with shorts, t-shirts with jeans, t-shirts with our work clothes. In the spring we can wear a t-shirt with a blazer underneath. T-shirts can go under things as layering pieces. T-shirts are basically just an essential in our wardrobe. So I have 5 different patterns for you. I have one woven, which I'll start with. Now the woven one is more of a blouse, but it's one that I have sewn a couple of times and sewn in a t-shirt version, and I absolutely love it. I think it's got a really nice drape over the body and it's really good, true to size as well. So a lot of you may actually have this pattern as a free pattern that came with the sewing magazine, which is how I attained this pattern. But this also comes with lots of other different versions to it, and it's the Remy Raglan Tee by Sew House 7. Now I've made this twice and I absolutely love it. I've only made the t-shirt version, but you can have that more blousey effect sleeve. There's a couple of different variations on how you can have the front neckline. Hopefully I'm popping some infographics in here for you to see. But it's just really comfy. Obviously it's got a raglan sleeve, as it says in the title. For me, I find that's quite a flattering shape and I really enjoy wearing it. I don't know whether it's just me, but with my bust, it really seems to suit having that raglan sleeve. I also have quite narrow shoulders considering my size, so for me I think that works really well because I don't end up having them hang off the shoulders like I do with most patterns where I have to do a narrow shoulder adjustment. So I have got a version that I made in this gorgeous fabric godmother fabric, which is I think the Artemis print. Now this is one that I wear more towards work. It's definitely more that kind of blousey tee, but this is quite versatile, so you can wear this pared down casually or you can wear this slightly dressed up. That's why I've chosen this particular t-shirt pattern. The other thing that I've done with it is a very casual style tee that I've done in this sort of art splatter fabric that I got from Rainbow Fabrics. Made both of these last year. I love them. They get a lot of wear in my wardrobe. They are on constant rotation, especially now that the weather's warmed up. The one thing I like about the white one is because of all the different colours in it, I can pair it with lots of different things. So I highly recommend the Remy Raglan Tee. So if you haven't made it, go and check through your free pattern stash. Make sure that you haven't got it in a free sewing magazine or picked it up in a charity shop where some of those patterns usually often end up. If not, go over to Sew House 7 and check it out because I do think it's one that you need to make if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments below if you've made any of these. I'd really like to hear what you've made, what you prefer and what you have enjoyed most. So the next one I'm going to talk about is the much loved and influenced heavily by Tamlin from Sewn on the Tyne, and that is the Naity by Tammy Handmade. This is a relatively new release. I've made a couple of versions of this now, and I really like the fact that it's just a boxy, oversized fit tee. Now I have had to make some alterations on this pattern, and that is to just sort of bring out the bit down the bottom here because I have a thicker set stomach area, but apart from that it's fairly good. The sizing's really true, and I have recently seen that Cara from So Mad has also made this in a woven fabric. Now if you were going to do that, I'd imagine you have to size up, but I think it's great to know that it's a versatile pattern that you can use for both fabrics if you wanted to. Now the one thing I do love about this pattern is that because it's got a cuffed sleeve, there's no hemming, and you've got that lovely neckband that goes in there as well, so there's no flipping over and hemming there either. You've just got the hem on the bottom, and let's face it, if we're a little bit like me where we can be a lazy sewer sometimes, it's easy just to leave that uncut, because when you're doing it with a knit fabric, it's not going to fray and you can get away with it as long as you've got a nice neat cut down there. So that is the second pattern that I recommend. Now the next two patterns are both by Tilly and the Buttons. I find that Tilly and the Buttons are difficult fits on me. I always have to do a narrow shoulder adjustment. However, I have made these patterns several times and made them in different versions. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the Agnes Tee. Now this is actually a long sleeved top, but you can have a t-shirt version. Now I've made the long sleeve, I've made the short sleeve. I love both. You can have a fancy puff sleeve, which makes a nice elevated tee if you want to. I've never made that version. That's not really for me. I don't like too puffy of a sleeve. It just doesn't appeal to me. So the version that I've made of this particular one that I love the most is this one in a stripy fabric, and I actually made a lot of dress out of this and did a transformation with it when it wasn't fitting me correctly, and I'd messed up the stripes on the front and it was really obvious where that elastic goes. So I thought I'm going to change that and make that into a tee. Now the Agnes is very fitted. So most of the t-shirts that I'm going to talk about are quite oversized, or they're comfortable, they're loose fitting, whereas the Agnes Tee is a very fitted bodice. It's also got a lovely low swooping neckline. Not too low, it's kind of perfect length low, but I feel that it really kind of shows off that figure that little bit more. So this t-shirt is one that's definitely one that I'd say quite versatile. You could wear this to work. You could have like a nice necklace on with it. You could put a blazer over it. If you've got it in just a normal black jersey, viscose jersey for the drape, cotton jersey for that little bit more structure. It's a really nice pattern, but this one could be dressed up or dressed down. Now I've also hacked this t-shirt, and that's what I quite like about the Agnes. I've hacked it into a dress and I found that that fits lovely. Again, very versatile. You can make it into a jumper. If you go a size up, you can put it in a sweatshirting fabric and make it into more sweater type jumper. There's lots of things you can do. It's a very good basic pattern. But as t-shirt patterns go, I really like this because it offers that kind of different structure. And like I said, if you are one that wants a slightly elevated sleeve, you could do that with that elastic finishing. So that's the Tilly and the Buttons Agnes Tee. The next Tilly and the Buttons t-shirt pattern that I would recommend is the Tabitha t-shirt. Now, if you've been on my channel for a while, you know that I love the Tabitha t-shirt dress, and I've made that quite a lot. But even from a t-shirt point of view, I've made quite a few of these. Some of them just staples for wearing to bed as part of pyjama sets. I've made quite a few for my children as well, and I've adjusted them either to be cropped. I've also made a couple of just plain t-shirts. Now, this is one that I do have to do a narrow shoulder adjustment on. For some reason, if I don't do it, the shoulder sits out here on me. But outside of that, it's a really simple, straightforward pattern. It comes in Tilly's Make It Simple book, so you do have to have the book to make the pattern up. But it's, again, a versatile pattern, one that you can hack, one that you can make into a dress. In the actual book, it's the Tabitha t-shirt dress, or it's the same for the Juno pajamas. So you make the Tabitha t-shirt long sleeve as the pajama top. So again, really versatile pattern, but not one that I would be without. I absolutely love this, and I recommend if you haven't given this a go, please do. What I will say with this one is it does have quite a high neckline. Now, I adjust the neckline every single time I make this. I think the first couple of times I made it, I did make it with that higher neck, but it's just too high for me. So I bring it down by a couple of inches and it sits just perfect. I do the same when I make the dress version. So the last out of my t-shirt patterns that I want to talk to you about today is, and if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that this is one of my favorites, is the Ellie and Mac oversized adult tee. I think I've said that right. Sorry, can't get my words out now. I'll pop an infographic in here of the actual t-shirt itself. What I love about this t-shirt is it's got quite a few different variations. You've got a couple of different necklines. Now, 9 times out of 10, I make the boat neck tee, but you can make a crew neck tee with this as well. It's got a really, really, really good size range to it. Most Ellie and Mac patterns do have a excellent size range. And It's just a really nice, it's very similar to this t-shirt here that I'm wearing. It's just a really loose, boxy fit. Now, I have one that I wear as a comfy, again, like what I'm doing today around the house when I'm cleaning, messing about. But I've also got a couple of other different versions that I can wear. This is one that I would say that I definitely wear casually. It's not one that I dress up in any way, shape or form. Because it's oversized and boxy, I love to shove this on with a pair of jeans, with a pair of joggers. It's just one that you can wear that's nice and comfortable. So I do really recommend giving this one a go if you haven't already. I prefer this in a viscose jersey, a drapey jersey, but obviously with it being a knit fabric, you can make it out of a cotton jersey. You can make it out of any kind of knit fabric really, but a viscose jersey just gives that drape that you want from this t-shirt. So that's it. That is all 5 t-shirts. I know that this is a short and sweet vlog from me, guys, but I just thought it would be something that would be really nice to talk about. And that is the t-shirt patterns that are out there. There are so many more, and I do recommend going and checking them all out, but they're my 5 that I love. Just as a bonus, one that I haven't actually made yet, but one that I'd like to make is another woven one, and that is the Grain Line Scout tee. I have this pattern, I just haven't made it, and I'm looking forward to it because it has got that slightly lower neckline that I think would be worth giving a go on me, because I do like a slightly lower neckline. It's a straightforward t-shirt, and like I said, it's woven. So I am with the wovens, I tend to find that I can wear them more work appropriate, so they've got a bit more versatility in my wardrobe, wearing them at home, wearing them with jeans, wearing them with shorts, and then wearing them with my work wardrobe, styling them with a blazer over the top. I quite like that look of a blazer over a t-shirt. So yeah, that's another one I'd like to give a go. So let me know what your favorite t-shirt patterns are down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you, and I will catch you all on Friday for my Friday Sews holiday edition in the UK, holiday edition. So I'll see you then. Take care, have a good week, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye.